Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Santa Anita Park here on Saturday. It is May the 26th, 2018. Gonna look at the stakes action from Santa Anita, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. The stakes races I'll be looking at are races 5, 6, and 8. Races 5, 6, and 8. So let's get on to it. Starting off race number 5 from Santa Anita. The fifth race, it's the 79th running of the Gold Cup at Santa Anita, formerly known as the Hollywood Gold Cup. This is a grade 1 race going for a purse of $500,000. This race is for 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 7 horses going the distance of ground of 2,000 meters or the distance of ground of 1 mile and a quarter on the turf course. Mile and a quarter, 2,000 meters. And this race is kind of, in my opinion, went a little downhill since since Hollywood Park closed. Personally, I'm not a very big fan of the extra long Santa Anita meeting. Personally, I would run. A few years ago, they ran Los Alamitos ran a race, a meeting in the spring, which I liked a lot, and it gave you about a 3-week break between, all nonstop Santa Anita, I'm just kind of sick and tired of Santa Anita at the minute. It's just too long of a meet, and it's just not my favorite. And like I said earlier, this race since coming to Santa Anita has been it's been going downhill a little bit. They tried to move this race to this weekend, I think last year, and still it's not a grade 1 in my opinion. This is grade 3 quality horses here. My top selection here, I like the 6 horse Pavel. I'm going to go 6-2-4-5 in the superfecta. 6-2-4-5 super. Top pick number 6 Pavel. 4-year-old colt by Creative Cause. Mario Gutierrez is on this one. This horse's most recent outing came on the 31st of March. That came at Maidan in the UAE. A mile quarter in the Group 1 Dubai World Cup. This horse finished 4th by 7 3/4 lengths that day. Didn't have the best of kicks that day. Thunder Snow from the front end had a hell of a race. This horse just really couldn't get that good closing kick. I think the horses were a lot better. Coming back here to Southern California, getting a mile and a quarter for the fourth time. I like his horses a lot. His chances better here. Before that, this horse ran the 3rd of February, Santa Anita, a mile and 8th in the Grade 2 San Pasqual. His horse finished 4th by 4 1/4 lengths and had a horrible trip. Was sat about mid-pack most of the race. At the top of the stretch, hit a wall. Basically, if you watch the replay, it looked like he hit a wall. Literally hit a wall because he got blocked. He came coming a little bit too late. If he had a better trip, I think he got a better position. But just wasn't stay to win there. And then the Grade 1 here at Santa Anita, 7 furlongs in the Grade 1 Malibu. He finished 4th by 5.5 lengths. And he was a little bit wide and didn't have the best kicks that day. I don't think 7 furlong distance is up this horse's alley. He ran last year's Breeders' Cup Classic. He finished 10th by 34 lengths, beat 1 horse home, a little bit wide, just wasn't his day to win there. And then he finished 3rd here in New York in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. A little bit of turn of foot, but it wasn't enough to win. One of his good victories came in the Grade 3 Smarty Jones at Parks last September, going a mile 16th, won by 6 lengths. He stalked and then got the lead very easily in the stretch. I like this horse coming here. The race is not nearly as tough, and I like his chances, so watch out at 5-1. So to recap my bets for the 5th from Santa Anita, it's the 79th running, the Grade 1 Gold Cup at Santa Anita. Gonna go with the 6 horse Pavel. Gonna go 6-2-4-5 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 6. Race number 6 is a great race. This race is a grade 2. It should be a grade 1. It's a better race, I think, than the Hollywood Gold Cup, or the Santa Anita Gold Cup, what the fuck they call it now. But the 6th race from Santa Anita, it's the 50th running of the Charles Whittingham Stakes, Grade 2, purse $200,000. It's for 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 8 horses going the distance of ground of 2,000 meters or the distance of ground of 1 mile and a quarter on the hillside turf course. A mile and a quarter, 2,000 meters. My top selection here, I'm going to go to the number 3 horse, Frank Conversation. Going to go 3-6-1-4 in the superfecta. 3-6-1-4 super. Top pick number 3, Frank Conversation. 8-1, Mario Gutierrez is on this Doug O'Neill trained 5-year-old horse by Quality Road. I have a Doug O'Neill double here. This horse's most recent outing came about 6 weeks ago now. Excuse me, not more than 6 weeks ago now. 8 weeks ago now. 31st of March at Golden Gate. 1 mile in the San Fran Mile. Horse finished 6th by 2 3/4 lengths that day. He stalked early and then he just kind of hit the wall. Really couldn't have a run there. They went quite slow in my opinion. I think, they went quite slow to the 3/4 quarters. I think with a quicker pace in this one, I like this horse's chances a lot better. Also, I think he's a better mile and a quarter horse. It also was his first start off lap, so probably he needed the race. Before that, he ran the John Henry Turf Championship at Santa Anita, mile and a quarter October the 1st. He finished third by 2.5 lengths. He stalked early. He lacked a little bit of a closing kick at the end, but he ran okay. And then the Sword Dancer at Saratoga, mile and a half inner turf course. He finished seventh by 5 lengths. Set the pace early on, then hit the wall completely. Just wasn't his day to win against those tough Grade 1 horses. Before that, he ran in this race last year, and he finished second by a half length. He closed up well after stalking. Wasn't a bad outing. He ran quite well. He's 7-2 on this turf course. 2 wins, 2 seconds, 1/3. I like him a lot here today. Second off the break at 8-1. Watch out for him. So to recap my bets for the 6th from Santa Anita, it's the 50th running of the Charles Whittingham. Gonna go 3-horse Frank Conversation. Gonna go 3-6-1-4 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 8 from Santa Anita. The 8th race, it's the 52nd running the Gamely Stakes. Grade 1 purse, $300,000. It's for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds, and upwards. Field of 8 horses going the distance of ground of 1,800 meters, or the distance of ground of 1.1 miles on the turf course. 1,800 meters, a mile and 1/8. And I'll show the diagram. It just gives me a second to look down at my notes. Just bear with me. Sorry, I'm stupid. I can't do two things at the same time, especially at 1:30 in the morning. My top selection here, I like the 1-horse, Madame Dancelot. I'm going to go 1-5-7-3 in the superfecta. 1-5-7-3 super. Top pick number 1, Madame Dancelot. 7-2. Corey Nakatani's on this one. This horse's most recent outing came 3 weeks ago now, Churchill. Good ground. It was rated good, but it was the softer side of good. 1 mile of the distaff turf mile. This horse finished 7th by 4.25 lengths. It was on the wrong part of the racetrack, the inside, that afternoon. Really just never had a run. It wasn't his horse's day to win. Before that, here at Santa Anita, a mile and 1/8 in the Grade 2 Santa Ana. This horse won by a half length. Sat back early, but had a great turn of foot that day, and he got there. Very nice victory for this one. And then the Buena Vista here at Santa Anita, 1 mile, February the 17th. Horse finished 5th by 2 lengths. Distance was just a little bit too short. Closed up a little bit along with a few other horses that day, but it was a little bit too late. It just wasn't his day to win. One of the best races for this horse in 2017, I think, was actually a loss. That came out New Year's Eve here at Santa Anita, mile and a quarter in the Grade 1 American Oaks. This horse finished second by half a length, was very wide, but the turn of foot this horse had at the end was incredible. Daddy's Little Darling ran just a little bit better, but this horse ran a great race, probably her best race in 2017. Go watch that replay, because, it's just a great race. I like this horse's chances here a lot. There's a lot of pace in this one. I think Hawksmoor, the favorite in this one, is very beatable, and I think Madame Dancelot can beat her, so watch out. So to recap my bets for the 8th from Santa Anita, it's the 52nd running the Grade 1 Gamely. Gonna go with the 1-horse, Madame Dancelot. My best bet of the afternoon from Santa Anita, gonna go 1-5-7-3 in the superfecta. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Goodbye.